dad had kind of good taste. He liked a lot of funk and soul and hip hop. I remember him playing New York, New York by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 a lot. Me and my sisters love that song. Well, when I started off collecting records, it was mainly because I was not only DJing but making beats, and you would go to a lot of, they had these record fairs in New York that were once a month. And we're talking about like the mid-90s. I would go around, I was like 18 years old, and you'd see like Q-Tip and Large Professor and Diamond D, Pete Rock, all these heroes like walking around looking for their next, you know, digging for the break for their next thing, and you'd see these like amazing rare records like Ramp, which was like a Roy Ayers side project that was sampled by Tribe Called Quest. All these things would be like $100, you know. I remember always like searching for those kind of special records. Half of it's discovering a record that you didn't know, like just taking a chance, picking up something that you have no idea what it is, you just see the cover, you know. I mean, the best part about going into a good record shop is they're always playing something over the speakers that you're like, man, what is that? So that's what happened here. This guy named Jib Kidder, it's kind of like psychedelic, but like samples and stuff. I don't know, I just heard like a little bit of a couple songs and it sounded great. So this is an album by Jesse Johnson, who was the guitar player in The Revolution with Prince. When I was playing the guitar part for Uptown Funk, Jeff Basker, who produced the song with me, wasn't happy with what I was coming up with, so he made me watch like 100 hours of Jesse Johnson YouTube footage. Like, look at him, I mean, look how he moves down the neck, like in between the lines, he's like, ding the neck, go. Like, you gotta do the slide, you gotta like, I mean, he's just so cool and like pimping. I'm obviously never gonna be that cool in playing guitar, but it was like definitely a big part of coming up with the guitar part for that song. This is Gangstar Daily Operation, probably one of my favorite hip-hop records of all time. I think I was listening to a lot of funk music at the time that this came out. This is really what sort of made me want to DJ a little bit, or just made me switch me over into just being obsessed with hip-hop and wanting to start buying 12 inches and stuff like that. The DJ Premier production on it's so musical, all this jazz elements, and obviously Guru had this awesome voice, and it's really a full album. Like, it just like, it's almost like a jazz record. Like, it just, the whole thing hangs together so well. And then I found this as well, which is a reissue, but it's the first 12-inch that I ever bought when I did actually decide to start DJing. I remember listening to Funkmaster Flex on the radio. I was growing up, I was living in New York, and you know, before Shazam, all that stuff, like, if you heard a song on the radio, you're in the back of a car, you had to like go into the shop and like sing the bass line like the best you could and be like, well, what was this song that I heard? I found out it was this song Nas Halftime, which is the first 12-inch that he put out, and this is the first 12-inch I ever bought. These are my 4 things. Apparently you can't get as much for $100 as you used to, but good quality for sure.